What's good, guys? Welcome back to CRIMETOBER Day 15. We have made it through 15 days of non-stop episodes, mostly Halloween theme based, murder mysteries, missing person cases, and you guys know I'm just so excited that I was able to keep up the consistency for you guys. I didn't let anything stop me. So furthermore, I'm just proud as fuck of myself because, baby, you guys know I still work, I'm a mom, and all that other stuff. So I'm just very grateful that your girl was able to keep this content going for you guys. And special shout out to you if you've been following me since day one of CRIMETOBER. I appreciate you guys so much. Next year, I will probably do the 30 days, but this year I just wanted to tap into it just to see how hard it would be, and baby, it did not let up with that. But that's the part about planning accordingly, and that's what I did. So I'm very grateful that I started early and was able to get this content out for you guys. Now, today's episode, we have to finish it off with the missing persons case, because that's why I started the Milk Carton series, because I felt like some stories just was not getting proper media attention, and that's why I wanted to start this platform. So today's episode focuses on 35-year-old Roseann Pleasant. Roseann went missing from Spokane, Washington on September 29th, 1992. And what's super sad about this story is Roseann disappeared. Her youngest daughter would also disappear. So we'll tap into that as well in this story, and I want to know what your thoughts are, because you're probably thinking the same thing as me as you go through this story. So about a week before Roseann disappeared, she had called her brother because she did not feel safe. Something was going on. She was going to go down south and take 3 of the 4 children with her, but sadly, she would not make it. Now, it has been reported that Roseann had a risky lifestyle. No judgment to me, and as always, guys, you know I don't always try to say someone's lifestyle is the reason they go missing, because at the end of the day, no one deserves to go missing regardless. So it has been stated that Roseann was a drug addict and she was in prostitution. And shortly before she disappeared, she and another friend had witnessed someone get murdered right in front of her. So some things just wasn't really brand new to Roseann, but that didn't mean that Roseann didn't want more for herself and for her children. Oftentimes we place judgment and we don't know people's situations, and we don't know what they are going through within their own households and trying to, pay the bills and do what needs to be done. A child who had a drug addicted parent, I understand fully, because I always try to say, like, we don't know what our parents were going through, but oftentimes, we have to give them grace at the same time, because as a mother, I go through things too, and I would never want my children to not love me because of something bad that I decide to do. Many think that, okay, her risky lifestyle was a part of her going missing. It's been reported that her boyfriend, Brad Jackson, was also questioned about her disappearance. And that's because there had been a lot of domestic disputes between the two. And according to Roseann's brother, there had been a couple of situations where Roseann didn't feel safe from him. And being though, he did place his hands on her, he abused her. So I can only wonder, did he have something to do with her disappearance? Now, you may be thinking, the two did have a daughter by the name of Valerie Jackson. Now, not long after Valerie was born, Brad did have custody of the baby. And Valerie was living with his parents, and he was a construction worker. Now, when Valerie was almost 2, that is when Roseann went missing. And when she went missing, he was placed as a person of interest, and he did not want to do a polygraph test. 7 years later, in 1999, the family would get struck with another big thing. Valerie is missing. And of course, Brad was placed as the center of the person of interest, because you're her father, dude. You were watching her. So according to Brad, he said that Valerie was outside playing in the front, and that's when she disappeared. So police applied that pressure, okay? They put a tracking device under his car, and they were able to find Valerie's burial site. Can y'all believe that bull crap? Can you believe that your own child And then the mother goes missing 7 years before. That's why you didn't want to do a polygraph test. So as I was reading, he tells law enforcement that it was an accident. Valerie had taken a medication, she overdosed, and it had been reported that Valerie had behavioral issues, but on the flip side, she was a bright, loving child, but she just had some behavioral issues when it pertained to his girlfriend. So law enforcement believed that Valerie was smothered to death. And then when the autopsy report came out, she had bruises around her nose and mouth area. And it's just so sad to think that he would do something of that nature. And it had came out that he did this because he wanted a free and fresh start with his girlfriend. But the girlfriend dumped him. The girlfriend left him high and dry. And during the trial, she even testified and said that she didn't even know Valerie was dead. And he was sentenced in 2000 to 56 years in prison. And I'm just like, yo, why on earth would you ever do something like that to your child? I just can't grasp it. Okay, yes, you wanted a new life, fresh start with this woman, but how come it couldn't include your kid? So Roseann has never been found. They do believe that he may have buried her somewhere in one of these construction sites because he was a construction worker. But Roseann has never been found. And it has said to believe they do think that Brad Jackson did kill her. I mean, it's pretty much evident. She wouldn't leave her children. She was trying to start a fresh life and get away from him. And I think that he didn't like that. And she was going to start fresh and get herself together with her brother. And he didn't like it. So he decided to kill her. I'm pretty sure he probably strangled her or smothered her. And then he probably thought about it like, what the hell, I got this kid now. And then you see that you're trying to move on in life, but you have this daughter and you think that this daughter is such a distraction. That's horrible to even think. Horrible as I don't know what. But that is today's episode, guys. I just wanted to share that Roseann is still missing, and it's so sad. So sad. Such a sad tragedy in this. No one wins. Her 3 other children literally lost a sister and their mother. No one wins in this situation. But I did ask some of you guys to give me some questions just to do a quick little Q&A. And I think only 2 of you did, but it doesn't matter. But one person asked me, what's your favorite scary movie? Because you're like really into these cases. All of them are scary situations. Well, I do love horror, of course. That should be self-explanatory. But I do love documentaries too. Like I will watch documentary over anything. I don't care what it is. I love documentaries. But I'm Halloween. Definitely going to go watch Halloween. It came out today. And I am recording this on October 15th. And I'm going to watch Halloween. I'm actually going to Field of Screams tonight as well. Let me not put that in there. Somebody might try to kidnap me, girl. But I love Halloween. All of them. I love Scream, Freddy, Jason, all of that, okay? And I don't think the cases are crazy or that scary. I just think that I like to find cases that, well, with CRIMETOBER, I wanted to find more of a Halloween themed base. But on the regular, I like to find cases that no one talks about. Cases I never heard about. And then as I begin to read them, I'm like, what in the world? It's crazy. It's crazy as I don't know what, how people really have done some sick stuff. And there's some other stories I didn't even get to include because I didn't feel like memorizing them cases. So I was just like, oh my goodness, like people are really batshit crazy out here. Okay? Stay safe, y'all. Let me go. And I'm trying to go to the community. And the next question I got was, I was wondering where you learned about the cases. Like, where do you find these cases? Great work, by the way. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate that, Maddie Smith. But I find these cases on plenty of different sites, okay? And oftentimes they just jump out at me. I think that's just God. Like, hey girl, you need to talk about this. But no, I really look at Our Black Girls. You should definitely check out that website. It focuses on people of color, Black people, and white people as well. So the first website I always try to go to is, and people don't realize this, talking about crimes is, there's a community of people. And I'm really glad that I found out about Our Black Girls, because she posts a lot of stories on Black people, people of color, because, you know, a lot of times we just get swept under the rug. And that's where I go for some of the, you know, Black people and people of color cases. And then I just search Yahoo, and oftentimes they pop out at me. I swear, I lie to you not. I'm watching something, and then the next thing you know, it pops up on Yahoo. That's how you know it's crazy. But I swear, when I just search, I think it's another site, Charlie's Project, I think that's the name. It's just, I'm so used to like just going on my computer, but I normally just type in keywords like people missing in whatever decade or year. And you guys know I go for the cases that don't get proper media attention. I get a lot of people who want me to talk about those bigger cases, but that's not me. That's not my platform. My platform is getting those who do not get the same proper media attention, who do not get national media attention, the opportunity. And one day we will be big. Guess what? And they're gonna be wishing they would have supported your girl, okay? But I don't worry about that either. You know, I don't worry about tons of likes, tons of views. Although it matters as far as viewing wise, I just try to do my part. And I think if we do our part, we can make these stories national news. Like we can get them on the Investigation Discovery channel. And you know, I'm grateful for that channel being out there. But that's today's episode, the last episode. Your girl is tired, but I'm so blessed, and I thank you all who watched me for these past 15 days. It was not easy, let me tell you that, but we did it. We made it, y'all, and I'm just so glad that we made it to day 15. As always, guys, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.